Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the surface of the internet in the mysterious world of the dark web? Think of the internet you know as the tip of an iceberg, visible, accessible, and mostly harmless. But just as an iceberg hides most of its bulk beneath the surface, so too does the internet. The dark web, much like the deep ocean, is a realm that's not indexed by traditional search engines. It's a part of the internet that's intentionally hidden, requiring special tools to access. Now, you might have heard the terms surface web, deep web, and dark web. Let's clarify what they mean. The surface web is what you and I use daily. It includes everything that's indexed by search engines like Google or Bing. Websites, blogs, news, social media, and the like. Then we have the deep web. This encompasses all the data that search engines can't index. Think along the lines of private databases, password-protected websites, email inboxes, and confidential corporate web pages. While it sounds mysterious, it's not inherently nefarious. Much of it is simply information stored in a way that isn't meant to be public. Finally, we arrive at the dark web, a small fraction of the deep web. This is an anonymous encrypted network where users can operate with relative secrecy. Its reputation is a bit infamous due to media coverage highlighting its use for illicit activities. But it's not all doom and gloom. The dark web also provides a platform for whistleblowers, activists, and those living under oppressive regimes to communicate safely. Like every coin has two sides, the dark web too has its share of good and bad. It's a fascinating place, a journey into the unknown, a world beyond the everyday internet we're familiar with. But remember, it's a realm that requires caution and understanding. Now, let's dive deeper into the process of accessing this uncharted territory. To unlock the door to the dark web, the first step is to acquire the right key, a special software known as Tor. To the uninitiated, the name Tor might sound unfamiliar. But for those who tread the paths less traveled on the internet, it is a trusted companion. Tor, an acronym for the Onion Router, is a free software that allows users to browse the internet anonymously. Its name, derived from the method it uses to encrypt and bounce your internet data, is akin to peeling back the layers of an onion. Each layer provides further anonymity, shielding you from prying eyes. Now, you might be wondering, how does one get this magical software? It's simpler than you think. You just head over to the Tor project's official website. As with everything else, it's important to ensure you're on the right website, as there are many counterfeit versions floating around the internet. The official website ends with .org. Remember that. Once you're on the website, you'll see an option to download the Tor browser. It's available for Windows, macOS, Linux, and even Android. Choose the version that suits your operating system, download it, and run the installer. The process is as straightforward as installing any other software on your computer or smartphone. But remember, the digital world is ever evolving, and with it, the threats to your security. Using outdated software is like using a rusty, unreliable key. It might work, but it's not the best idea. So ensure you keep your Tor browser up to date. Regular updates not only offer new features, but also fix any security loopholes that might have been discovered. And there you have it. You've taken the first leap into the abyss of the dark web. However, this is just the beginning. The dark web is vast and unpredictable, much like the ocean. And just like the ocean, it's best navigated with a reliable guide. With Tor installed, you're halfway ready to explore the depths of the dark web. Now that you have the Tor browser, it's time to learn how to navigate the dark web. The dark web is a different beast compared to the surface web we're all familiar with. Think of it as an iceberg. The part you see, the surface web, is only a fraction of the whole. The dark web is the part of the iceberg hidden beneath the water, vast and elusive. To access the dark web, you'll need to know the exact onion address you want to visit. These addresses aren't like your typical .com or .org URLs. They're a random string of alphanumeric characters followed by onion. You can't just Google these addresses. You'll need to find them elsewhere, like dark web directories. But proceed with caution. The dark web is not a place to wander aimlessly. When browsing the dark web, always use a virtual private network, or VPN. This adds an extra layer of security by masking your IP address. While Tor does a good job of keeping you anonymous, a VPN makes it even harder for anyone to track your online activities. Now, a word of caution. The dark web is known for hosting a number of illegal activities, from black market trade to cybercrime. While it's true that these activities occur, it's also true that the dark web has legitimate uses. Journalists use it to communicate securely with sources, activists use it to bypass government censorship, and it can also be a place for individuals to maintain their privacy from corporate and governmental tracking. However, it's important to remember that just because you can do something on the dark web doesn't mean you should. Laws that apply in the real world also apply on the dark web. Engaging in illegal activities can lead to serious consequences. Remember, the dark web is a powerful tool, but with great power comes great responsibility. It's a space that offers anonymity and freedom, but these should not be used to harm others or break the law. So tread carefully and use the dark web wisely. So, what exactly is the dark web used for? The dark web, often shrouded in mystery and intrigue, serves a multitude of purposes, both legal and illegal. It's like a double-edged sword, providing a platform for freedom and privacy on one hand, while also being a breeding ground for illegal activities on the other. Let's start with the legal uses. The dark web plays a vital role in protecting privacy and freedom of speech. Many people use it to communicate securely and anonymously, away from the prying eyes of governments and corporations. This is particularly important for activists, whistleblowers, and journalists who operate in oppressive regimes where free speech is suppressed. For instance, during the Arab Spring, activists used the dark web to organize protests, share information, and communicate without fear of government surveillance. It has also served as a platform for individuals to share sensitive information with journalists without revealing their identity. The dark web is also home to a host of legal marketplaces and forums where users can purchase everything from rare books to vintage wines, all while maintaining their privacy. But just as a hammer can build a house or shatter a window, the dark web can also be misused. It's notorious for hosting illegal activities, such as drug trafficking, illegal weapons sales, and cybercrime. It's also a hub for more sinister activities like human trafficking and child exploitation. Take the infamous Silk Road, for example, an online black market that operated on the dark web, where users could purchase anything from drugs to fake passports. Or consider the numerous cases of data breaches where stolen personal information ends up being sold on the dark web. However, it's essential to remember that the dark web is not inherently evil. It's a tool, and like any tool, its impact depends on the person wielding it. It can be a haven for free speech and privacy, or a den for criminal activities. The dark web, like any tool, is as good or as bad as the person using it. Let's recap what we've learned about the dark web today. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? We started by delving into the unknown, peeling back the layers of the internet to reveal a hidden world beneath the surface. We learned that the dark web is a part of the internet that's intentionally hidden, inaccessible through conventional browsers, and is a hub of both benign and illicit activities. Then we shifted our focus to the Tor browser, our key to this clandestine realm. Tor, or the Onion Router, is a free open-source software that allows users to surf the web anonymously, shielding their activities from prying eyes. We discovered that it's the primary gateway to the dark web, bouncing your connection through multiple servers worldwide to mask your identity and location. Navigating the dark web, as we found out, is a different ballgame altogether. Unlike the surface web, there are no search engines as we know them. Instead, we rely on onion URLs, which are complex and not easily remembered. We learned that directories and forums are our best bet to find these URLs and navigate this labyrinth. Exploring the uses of the dark web, we realized it's not all shadowy. While it's infamous for illegal activities like drug trafficking and cybercrime, it also provides a sanctuary for whistleblowers, activists, and those seeking to evade censorship. Remember, the dark web is not a playground. It's a tool, and like any tool, its value depends on how it's used. It can be a force for good, a haven for freedom of speech and privacy in an increasingly monitored world, but it can also be a breeding ground for criminal activity. So tread carefully, use it responsibly, stay safe, and always respect the law. The dark web is a testament to the vast, complex, and sometimes terrifying potential of the internet. It's a reminder that even in the vast expanse of cyberspace, there are still corners left to explore. It's an adventure, an enigma, and a cautionary tale rolled into one. Remember, the dark web is not a playground. Use it responsibly, stay safe, and always respect the law.